This help video is to show how to import two volumes into Drishti and then only clipping one volume, leaving the other volume intact. Um, and this can be applied for multiple volumes, not just two volumes but three and four volumes. So I'll show how to load two volumes. One is a grayscale volume and the other is a binary volume, and then clipping one and then keeping the other intact. I'll be using bricks for that, so let's see how to do that. So let's load two volumes. Volume 1 is grayscale and volume 2 is binary. So I've got two volumes here, so that's volume 2 here. Let me just set the transfer function. We are still in the low res mode, so this is the second volume, it's the binary volume, and this is the grayscale volume. So press F2, we'll go into the high res version mode. So let's show only the cracks in the grayscale volume. So these are the cracks in the grayscale volume here, and this one is the binary volume, so it's showing the grains. Okay, so I'll take this transfer function parameter out. Let's bring in the I'll just turn off the specularity down so that we don't get these highlights. So turn off the specularity. I'll just remove the shader widget. Let's go to bricks widget, and this is where things happen. So we'll add a brick. So this is one brick, and let's add another brick. And for this other brick, let's set the transfer function to set 2. Okay, so now what is going to happen is, for brick 1, let me show you what it really looks like. I'll just change these bricks, and brick 0 I'll just set to none. Okay, so these are two bricks here. Now with brick 1 I am taking transfer functions from set 0, which means because we have two volumes, we'll be taking transfer functions from this one here, set 0, and set 1. So transfer functions in this, whichever is turned on here, will be applied to volume 0, and this one to volume 1, or the first volume and the second volume. So let me turn that on. So this is first and second volume. And then for brick 2 we are going to use transfer functions from set 2 and set 3. Because we have two volumes, the first volume will get the transfer functions from set 2, and then the second volume will get transfer functions from set 3. Now there is nothing switched on in set 2 and set 3, and that's why this part is empty. So if I turn that on, then we get because we have switched on transfer function for set 2, we will get to see the volume, the first volume. And then if we switch on transfer function in set 3, we will see the second volume. Okay, now let's reset the bricks to full size. So both the bricks are collocated, brick 1 and brick 2. Now what we want to do is we want to clip it. Now before that, what we will do is we will switch off transfer function for volume 1 in brick brick 1, and then we'll switch off this in uh, transfer functions for volume 1 in the second brick. So that's why I have switched off TF0 in set 2, and also have switched off TF1 in set 1. So what will happen now is this transfer function here, TF0, will be applied to volume number, the first volume, and that is uh, in brick 1. Now brick 2 also has volume 1, but since there is nothing in transfer function set 2, you won't see the effect or the rendering for the first volume in brick 2. Similarly, you won't see the rendering for um, second volume in brick 1 because we have not switched on anything in set 1. But you will see the rendering for volume 2 in the brick 2, the second volume in brick 2, because we have switched on transfer function set 3, and brick 2 is taking transfer functions from set 2 and set 3. So set 2 applied to first volume and set 3 applied to the second volume. Okay. So now we are set. Let's add a clipping plane. So press C and you will get a clipping plane here. Okay. Now this clipping plane is being applied to both bricks 1 and brick 2. So if we switch off, so there is a switch here for clipping planes for individual bricks here. Now if I switch off for brick say 1, then you will see the effect of that here. So what is happening is the clipping is applied to brick 2 because we have switched on clipping in brick 2 for that particular clipping plane, and then brick 1 is switched off. What you can also do is you can add, for example, another clipping plane and then switch it on for um, brick switch it on for brick 1 but switch it off for brick 2. So what we'll see is the effect of that here in the image here. So now um, this this clipping plane here, horizontal clipping plane, is applied to brick 1, and then the vertical clipping plane is only applied to brick 2. So in this way you can apply the clipping planes to different volumes using bricks. Now the clipping occurs on the CPU side. So what happens is when the polygons are drawn or when the polygons are sent to the GPU side, these are clipped on the CPU side and then passed on to the GPU side. That's why clipping can be applied individually to different bricks or using for different volumes using bricks. But but cropping cannot be applied because cropping happens on the GPU side, and that's why it cannot you cannot do cropping individually for different bricks. So but clipping is possible for different bricks, and then you as I have shown here, you can clip different volumes uh, using bricks. So that's how uh, you would clip individual volumes. So that's the solution for 2 volumes in Drishti.